Righty ho, crafty friends. Welcome to the Ladybug Journals and to my craft room today. Today is just kind of a chaotic day here in the craft room, but that's okay. We are going to finish this little soft-sided journal that I have been wanting to make. And what I did was I took a piece of fabric. Here, let me make this so you can see it a little bit better. There we go. Oh, now see, look, I knocked my camera wonka-doodled and you can't see it anyhow. Oh, good heavens. I am just a mess today, people. I am just a mess. I'm telling you, I'm a mess. So what I did was I took a piece of fabric that I liked and this little, hold on here, my little button is just coming loose. Yeah, that's my big hand that you see down there. There we go. That's better. So I took a piece of fabric over a junk mail, what are they called? Those little junk mail, now see, I forgot what they're called. Those little mailers you get, you know, they want you to buy all their pretty things for Christmas gifts. And I cut it down to the size I want. I cut mine down to a 6x9 for the size that I want. That's the size of my journals. I covered it with fabric on the outside. And then I took the foot off of my sewing machine and I wiggled it around a little bit to secure the fabric onto the magazine. On the inside, I cut a piece of 3-inch cardstock. Here, I can show you. Right there. There's the 3-inch cardstock. And I put it in the middle to reinforce my spine. Then I took a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock and I cut it in half. And I placed it on either side to reinforce the side. And before I glued this side down, I put a piece of lace and I sewed it on the fabric. And even though it looks like this lace might come up, I can go on and trim that. It's actually sewn to the cardstock. So I can go on and put that down with Fabri-Tac, or I can sew over it again. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to put the signatures in, and I wanted to bring you guys along while I did that. So initially, I wanted to put 3 signatures in my journal because that's normally what I put in it. But lo and behold, I can only fit 2, which to my dismay, you know, that just hurt my feelings that I couldn't get 3 in my little journal, because I like 3 in my little journal, but I also like little chubby girls in my little journals. So let me lift you up here so you can see what I'm doing better. There we go. So in our journal, we're going to put these 2 signatures, and as you can tell, they need some trimming done. So I am going to show you how I do that. So let me clip this back together here because that helps in trimming. Let me clip it all back together, and let me grab my knife. We're going to use this knife right here, and this is glass. I do not recommend cutting on glass. It will dull your knife terribly. However, I do recommend that you cut on, let me grab my cutting board here. On a self-healing board, or on any kind of cutting mat will work just fine. And you're going to need a ruler, preferably a metal ruler. I like just a nice cheap little metal ruler that I know that I can hold on to. Mine's got cork on the back of it, and that helps me not. Well, there it goes on the floor. That helps me not slip when I'm measuring things. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to tap everything down. And you do need the inside of your journal. and you go to the middle, and you make sure it's poked down. And the first thing you need to do is you need to kind of flip through your journal, make sure everything is going the way you want it to go. You don't have pages upside down, you know, because that's not good. Because once you cut them, they have to stay the way that you cut them. Okay, I think everything is going. You know what? I think I'm going to turn this one this way. I think that's what I'm going to do. And then I can do something on that white that's different. Like that. Okay, so tap, tap, tap. Make sure everything's all the way into the middle and all the way down to the bottom. Okay, now let's put our clip back on it. Now you can also use, well, good heavens. You can also use these type of clips. Just something to hold everything where you just put it. You know what? I need to move that up here because I need to measure. So you place that in your book. Okay, and you're going to see my big head here in a minute. Okay. Alrighty, where's my pencil? Now, I need to mark where I want this to be. Okay, so right here's the edge of my lace. So I'm thinking right here at the edge of this top page is perfect. That's where I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut everything level with the top of this front page, okay? So, yeah, I'm going to end up cutting all this off, but that's okay. All right. So let's put this down. And I'm going to put this right here to the edge of my top page. And let's see if I got another clip. Oh, I do. I'm going to put that down there. All right. Let's put that there. Now, the important thing is you have a sharp blade. And you take your time. And you pull it through. And it's going to take more than once. And if you feel it dragging, push your blade up a little bit. Because you have to remember, I've got about 10 or 11 pages, and it's going through all those pages at one time. So it's not going to be, you know, like it's going through one page. It's got to go through all of them at once. Hold it down, but take your time. Knife gets retracted. Okay, all this gets out of the way. And there we go. Okay, now let's do the same thing to the other one that I, you know, so nicely knocked on the floor. Tap, 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 tap. Okay, see, this one's not playing nice, so I need to get it up where it's got to go. Come on. Cooperate. And this one's even a little bit too tall, so I'm going to refold it. Instead of cutting it, I am just going to refold it here. That is one of your options on pages that are too tall. You don't have to cut them. You could fold them if you like them, or if you have specific things that you want to do with them. You can refold them to make them the size that you need. Okay, that should be better. Oh, yes, much better. All right, so now... much better. All right, let's shove everything back down. Let's get our clips on. Get it there. Well, I still don't have everything down. Come on, you guys. Somebody's not playing nice in there. Let's see here. Who isn't playing nice? There he is. There he is. You're not playing nice. Get down here. Come on. This is not hard, but this is my least favorite job of the whole journal making process, because paper does not, it has a mind of its own sometimes, and right there's one. It does not sometimes like to play well, depending on, I find, the humidity in my home, or there we go. It can be a little stinker. That's better. There we go. Now we're going to hold it. Here, I've got this big clip. Let's put that big clip back on it. That way this one can't wiggle around on me. Now, I want it to be the same size. That was what I was looking for. So, let's put them together. Come here. Take these off, because I'm going to have to mark them anyhow, so let's mark them. Let's just mark them all at one time. There we go. That'll work. Okay. Oops. Yep, you're seeing it raw. You're seeing it live. This is the chaos I sometimes go through. Sometimes I just get flustered. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to put my ruler back where it was, because I want to get that second one the same as the top one. Then we're going to get all this trash off of my desk. Okay. Knife out. This is not a job for children, okay? Remember your knife safety. And you push down. Keep your hands on your ruler. And you draw slow and steady. Okay? Slow and steady. Just got to go through all those layers of that bottom one. That's why I didn't bother gluing any of that down. Because I knew I just had to cut it off anyhow. All right, I got just a little bit more here. I think I got just a smidgen right there. Okay, knife in. There we go. I got one hanging on here. There we go. They're all even. Okay? Now, let's get this off of here. Let's get this off of here. And yes, you're seeing me throw away my little tiny smidgen of scraps. All right, knife away. Ruler, back where it belongs. I don't need it. Okay, now let's mark where these are going to go. All right, I'm going to move my clip over here so they're not wiggling around. Okay, if you watch the video on the, let me get my hair out of my face, on the box journal, you'll know I'm an eyeballer. I just eyeball. I know roughly where center is on here. I can look at it. Okay, let's find something to mark this with. Here, let's see. I don't want anything real bright because I don't want to see it. Yeah, we'll use the pencil. Okay. There we go. But if you need to use your ruler, feel free to do that. Okay, so I know here's center. And I'm going to come down roughly an inch from the top. And roughly come up an inch from the bottom. Okay? I know you can't see those very well, so I'm going to bring it up. Here's my dots. Here. 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 Can you see those? I don't think you can, but it's right here. Across here. Here's my center line. Okay. That's where I'm heading for. So I'm going to lay this back down. Let me make sure I've got top here. Let me find my center. That'll tell me if I've got top or bottom. I think I got it. I think I'm backwards. Let me look. Oh, I think I'm good. Nope, I'm good. All right. So this is top. So to make sure everything lines up, I'm going to take my pencil and I am drawing a line. Now you should be able to see that. A corresponding line to where they were. Ooh, can't see that one very well, can we? There. Is that better? That corresponds to where it was in the center. Okay? Now, we need our bookbinding kit. Pencil's done. Let's put that over there. So, I'm going to cover my spine when I'm finished. I'm going to put something over this. All right, so I am just going to use my pokey tool. And I think I'm just going to use white. Since I'm probably going to put lace, I'm just going to use white. Maybe not. Maybe not. I think I'm just going to use the natural color. That's what I'm going to use. All right, I don't need that, but I do need a needle. And you want a needle that's big enough to go through the paper, but not too big that it's going to, like this one would be too big. See the eye of that needle? That's too big for this paper. But let's see here. That one will work. As long as my thread will go through that hole, the eye of that needle, it's perfect. Now, if it doesn't work on that one, then I have to go to that one. So those are the two I'm going to take out to see. And we're going to try the smaller of the two first. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pokey tool. Let's get this out of the way here. And I'm going to turn my book over. I need two. I need two holes, remember? I need two because I have two signatures. So I want, hold on here, I got to take this clip off. Oh gosh, I already forgot where top was. Oh, here, top is right here. Good gravy. All right, so let's figure out where these are going. This is how they're going to sit in the book. All right. let's put that on back. And let's move that to, that's the top one. Okay. We're not doing you yet. We're doing this one first. Okay, you work from back to front. And you have to divide this space between the two of them. Okay? So that's where it bends. So one is going to go behind your bend, and the other's going to go in front of it. That's easy enough. So we're going to open this up. And I know if my dot is right here, I can come over here, see where it bends, and I can put my hole right here. Now be careful if you're using this pokey tool because it is very sharp. You don't want to poke your hand with it. Okay, there's 2. And there's 3. Okay, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see them over here like I can. Let me show you. There's 1. Can you see it? Right there? Okay, so I'm going to go on the other side, and I'm going to poke 2. There's that one. There's that one. And there's that one. Okay, now those holes are poked. Now, for our signatures, I'm going to open it up. And I'm going to turn it this way. So the holes that we did are facing me. And I'm going to clamp that down because I don't want them wiggling while I'm trying to do this. And those holes are going to guide me. And I'm going to poke my hole. 1. Up. All right, you guys, quit moving. And I'm going to poke hole number 2. Oops, can you guys see me? Or is that a pocket? Yeah, that's a pocket. Okay. Now, you do have to remember any special folds that you have. If they're being folded up permanently, like this pocket that I made. Like this pocket. It's supposed to stay up. So it's okay that I poked through it. But if there are any other special pockets that you have in your journal that you don't want to stay up, like if it's a special fold that you want to come down, you need to be aware of it in your journal. Otherwise, you're going to sew it in and you're not going to be able to get it out. So you need to be aware of that. Okay, so now let's get our thread and our needles. All right, here. Here are our needles, and here's our thread. Now we're going to go 3 times the length of the signature. 1, 2, 3. Cut it. Now, let's see if I can get this through this hole here. Oh, gracious. I might not even be able to see it. Ah, how about that? I did get it through. Okay. Now, let's put this bigger needle away so I don't lose it and end up sitting on it. Yeah, that would not be a good thing. You all would hear me. Okay. There we go. Okay, so let's put our needle in the middle hole. Let's go middle hole. And then we're going to start in the middle hole right here. Middle hole. We're going to go in. Now, you need to leave a tail And if you're like me and you pull that tail through every single time, you can use, where'd that other clamp go I just had in my hand? Here, dude, I'm going to swap you out. You can take one of your clamps and you can, well, if you can get a hold of it, because I always have trouble getting a hold of it with these. Ow. Without pinching my finger. There we go. You can put a little clamp on it so you don't pull it through. So you go in through the middle. Ow. Wow. Come back through the top. There's our top hole. Okay, come back up here. Now we're going to go all the way to the bottom. There it is. And it never fails. They always wiggle and jiggle around on you. But that's okay. It's easy enough to find them. You just open them up a little bit and say, "Where are you?" Okay. Now, don't get wrapped around your little clamp that you have on there like I'm doing. Okay. Now we're going to come back through the top. We're going to come back through the top hole. Up. Do you see what I did? I came. Oh, wait. Is that right? No, I did it right. Okay. You have to really be careful that you don't cross over your lines. Now we're going to go back through the middle hole. Oh, wait. I did do it. No, I didn't. Oh, my gosh. I was thinking I went through the wrong hole. Okay, now we're going to come back in the middle. Gracious sakes, you guys. There it is. Right. Well, I had it. There it is. You're going to come back in the middle. Can you see me wiggling? And then you're going to come back through the paper. And be really careful that you don't split your thread. Okay? And then you're going to, let me bring you down here so you can see what I'm doing. There you go. And then when you bring it through, you can take your needle off. Okay. Just like that. There. Now, you want it tight, but not snug. Now, check out here on the outside before you do it. Make sure you're in the right set of holes, that you didn't cross over the holes. Okay? Now, the one thing I am noticing is this pocket here is open down the center. So what I think I may do is, before I tie it up, and I should have done this before I stitched up. I think I'm going to take and put a little bit of glue right here. There we go. And I think that will help keep stuff that are in the pockets. Okay. From traveling. And I'll glue these down later. I'm not worried about it right now. Okay. So we do left over right. Right over left. Ugh, this is the part I don't like because I'm right-handed and it just doesn't work for me. And then left over right again. Okay. Now you say to your signatures, you guys be nice and play well. And they're never going to be always even. Never, ever. See, and it looks like I probably maybe could have gotten my third one in there. Huh. I don't know. With as much decorating as we're going to do over the next couple of days, I'm not too worried about it. Okay, remember the fold I told you about? here's a perfect example. This fold is not going to be permanently folded. See, because I want it to come down. So before I punch the holes in my signature, I need to make sure that this paper is pulled out. Otherwise, my picture, you won't be able to see it because I'm going to have it sewed up. Okay? So I need to keep it open as I sew in my signature. And I also need to make sure that my paper's lined up properly. Okay. So I need to do another tap, tap, tap since I moved everything. And there's my paper clip. Get everything back together. Put my big paper clip back on. And let's put this one on over here since I've opened it up. And, oh, see, I've scooted everything. So, let's get everything back together. There we go. Right there. Right there's one. Make sure everything is shoved back in there. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing for this signature that we did for the other one. Okay. Let me raise you back up here. I'm going to follow these dots. Okay. But I have to leave my fold open. So I'm going to put this one in. And I'm leaving my fingers splayed like that across the pages. There's that one. That's keeping me from getting my fingers poked. And there's that one. And there's that one. All right, we're done with the pokey tool. Now we can go 1, 2, and 3. All right. Put the pokey tool in there for safety. Put it in there. And let's close it up. All right, let's get this threaded. Let's see if I can thread the needle this time. Oh, hot dog, I did it. Okay. Okay, we're going to go through the center. Okay, I have to leave that unfolded, so this one's going to be a little bit harder because I've got that paper hanging out. So I have to be gentle that I don't tear that up. Oh, good heavens, I did it wrong. Go through the center. And then go through the center. Go through the top. And this is just the way that I do it. You can go through the top or the bottom. It doesn't matter. You're going to end up in the same place, so it doesn't make any difference. Okay. Go through there. Remember, leave a tail. Got to leave your tail. Okay, here's my bottom. I can't sew through it. Go through the bottom. And once again, I got to lift them up because they've all wiggled. Line them up. Come on now, straighten up. Okay, go through the bottom. Then we're going to come back through the center. Okay, I'm going to go back through the center hole. Well, maybe I am. There it is. And try not to split your thread when you do that. Well, I thought I got through it. Okay, hold on here. I'm caught on something. Just can't tell what I'm caught on. I'm in the hole. I thought. Well, there's part of it. There it is. Okay. Okay, so over here. So this feels really loose. So let's go back here. Oh yeah, it is really loose. Oh, see, I must have had it caught on the threads. Come back over here. Okay, this piece is still really loose. Yeah, it's better. Well, it's still loose out here, though. What am I caught on? Oh, I got these twisted. Okay, it's tight there. That's better. Okay. Now, make sure you're checking your threads before you tie them off, because if something's caught somewhere, like I was caught on a thread of the fabric. So you need to make sure that you're not caught on a thread of your fabric, or that you're not caught on something else. Okay. Now, I can still pull my picture down because it's not sewed in. Now, do the same thing with this one. There we go. And I can go on and erase my little T that I put up there, telling me that it was the top. There we go. And I can close it up. And that's what our little journal looks like without any of the fun stuff that we're going to be putting in it. Right there. It's just a nice little flat journal, but it's not going to stay that way. I can guarantee you, because I got plans for this little thing. I've got plans. Let me tell you. All right, let's put our needle away. Okay. And we'll just put these in here because we'll be needing them. Alrighty. Well, thank you for joining me today for adding our signatures to our little soft cover journal. And I will see you next time at the Ladybug Journals, and where we'll be start making ephemera for our little friend here. And we're not going to decorate the cover until we're done, because I don't want to mess it up and knock it all off. So that'll be the last thing that we do. But right now, we're going to start making ephemera for the inside in our next video. So I hope to see you then. You guys have a super duper day. Bye.